So today I feel sad, mad, cheated, and confused. Today's a sad day for Project Pepto.
And now, you're watching the blown motor, aka boat anchor of YouTube. Welcome to Boat Vision.
So what is up, you guys, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. This video is a little sad, but nevertheless, we're gonna get through it and we're gonna get it figured out. So let me take you back a couple days. I had Fatboy come over here. We checked the timing because the motor was not firing, if you remember. So we wanted to make sure everything was top dead center, everything was timed. We wanted to make sure there was no issues as far as timing. We checked everything and everything was fine. And then also, we did a compression test. So in that last time lapse, what we were doing was making sure the motor was at top dead center, and the way that we did that is we put a 1/4 inch extension into cylinder number 1, and then once it came up and then before it came down, once it's at that highest point, you know the motor's at top dead center, cylinder number 1 is all the way up. So then after we did that, we used all of the timing marks for reference, the timing marks on the cam gears, the timing marks on the actual cams themselves, the timing mark on the crank compared to where it is on the block or water pump, you know what I'm saying. We made sure the motor was timed and it was all good. And then we did a compression test. My plan right now, this morning, was I was gonna mock up the compression test, do a clip of that, and show you that the cylinders are only making between 30 and 60 PSI. Well, this one's making 30, this is about 120, and this is 40 and 50. So a motor will not fire if it has less than 90 PSI, I believe. So that's why this motor doesn't run. And I know in one of my last videos, a couple people had commenting saying do a compression test, and that was our bad. We really should have did that to begin with, just to make sure we had a motor that would run. So that's what the problem is. And also the reason why I couldn't do that clip to kind of show you what's going on is because the battery is completely dead. So that means we're losing power from somewhere else, and that's another problem that's gonna have to be addressed. So now we're kind of at a fork in the road where there's a couple different directions that we can go with this project depending on what I wanna do, how soon I wanna be on the road, and how much power I wanna make. Those are some factors that I need to debate myself between the money, the cost, the content, and the fun, because it really comes down to having fun with what you're doing. So that's what I need to consider. What I don't need to consider is the fact that this motor needs to come out. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and focus on. I'm gonna get all the accessories ripped off and pull this motor out, because this motor in this condition is not going to work. I was planning on going out of the top with the turbo and the whole manifold and all that. Woo. Anyways, I was planning on going out of the top with the turbo and the manifold and all that, but it just so happened that it wanted to go out the bottom, so that's just what it had to be. So when I'm pulling out a motor, I like to go about it in a certain way, in a certain mindset, that I want to get all the hard part knocked out right at first because I'm fresh and I'm ready to go. So I get the axles pulled out, I want to handle the exhaust, get the shift linkage gone, do everything underneath the car, and then after that, I come up top and I tackle the wire harness. This one's a little different because it has that mil-spec harness. Usually it's real easy. There's just 3 disconnects, one on one side, one on the other. And also, as I'm working, I like to put a whole bunch of emphasis on really staying organized. I'm never missing tools or anything. Right as I take them out, I put them back. I got all my sockets there nice and organized. They don't need to end up all over the workbench. When I'm working by myself, it doesn't get done as quickly. It probably gets done maybe in 1/4 speed, but I'm just kind of enjoying myself, taking my time and staying organized. So the next thing that I gotta do is I gotta get this motor out. I already got the rear mount undone. I got my chain hooked up and ready to go. One bolt right there into the head, another one right there where the torque mount goes, and then also the blanket up top just to protect, blanket, rag, whatever you want to call it, just to protect the paint on the valve cover. Even though I don't know that this valve cover is staying this way, but nevertheless I want to make sure that I'm cautious. So I guess the only other thing to do is pull the motor out. I went ahead and I'm going to do one final once over, make sure nothing at all is still connected. And I got this mount I got to take off, that mount I got to take off. Passport mounts too, by the way, boy. So I got to get those mounts out, and then we're going to get this motor ripped out of here. So overall, 2 or 3 hours later, I mean, a ghost in the building. So overall, about 2 or 3 hours later, nice and easy, nice and relaxed, getting everything out of there. Got the engine pulled out of the car. Everything is good to go. So now I got to do some thinking and see what exactly I want to do. I don't know exactly what's going on with the motor. I know 3 of them do not have compression. 1 of them at 120. I don't know how I feel about that either. So I got to figure out what I want to do. Now I have a couple different options, and I'm open to suggestions what you think I should do in the comment section below. How you think I should go about fixing it. Do you think I should tear into this motor, or just let me know what you think. I'm gonna have to make some phone calls. I'm gonna have to think about it and run through the numbers. But either way, I got some stuff I gotta handle later on today, and I'll tell you all about that real soon. Sorry, I feel like I keep leaving a bunch of teasers, but some things take a little longer than I expected, so that's my bad on that. So sorry this video was a little bit short. Overall, I'm happy that we found out what's going on. I mean, a couple days ago when the car wouldn't run, I didn't know what was going on with it. Now we know why it didn't run. We had fuel, we had spark, we didn't have the air or the compression to ignite that spark. So it does suck that there's something wrong with this motor, but it is very good that I now know that we just have to address the problem, and then this car is going to be on the road rather than just sitting there not knowing what's going on and spinning our gears and not seeing an end. So the end is something's going to happen. This motor, another motor. Let me know what you think. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. I'm out.